Hey everybody, what's going on? We are here with a tarot reading. I am using the Radiant Tarot. We are starting off first with Queen of Pentacles. I'm feeling drawn to the peacock feather design on this person's dress that they're wearing. So when we have the Queen of Pentacles, we can be thinking about things having to do with our close personal relationships, stuff having to do with our health and our wellness, the personal investments that we have, stuff going on within the home, things going on within the body. So all of these things can be stuff that's coming up. Animals, children, these things that we take care of, these things that matter to us, the things that we value, the things that we hold close within our lives. And I like to see Queen of Pentacles being the domain of our personal lives that we are connected with, as opposed to like your reputation at work, which I see more so being like King of Pentacles. I like to see Queen of Pentacles being like, it can be like your reputation among your friends or among the people that you are connected with that hold meaning to you currently, presently within your life. The posture of the Queen of Pentacles in this deck feels very like wide open. I feel like there's a lot of receptivity here with this. Maybe you even feel like you're waiting on something or just like open to something, because this Queen of Pentacles is looking very approachable to me. Like ready. Speaking of being ready, we next have Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles is like when we're on the move, doing things, building things within our lives, the steps that we're taking, but I'm seeing something about taking a break here. The horse in the Knight of Pentacles looks like it's eating something to me. So I wonder if there's something that's like not really moving right now. It's like in the car, but not driving. It feels like in the vehicle or like kind of, you could at any point get moving here, but this is almost feeling like a waiting to me a little bit, but a readiness. These are also energies that move very deliberately as well, so there can be a focus on that too. Okay, we have the Magician. Maybe you're going to be watching something happening. For some of you, you may be waiting for feedback, or you could be waiting on a conversation. With the Magician, it feels like something that's going on in the environment that Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles are looking at, almost like the Magician is doing some type of entertainment that's being observed right now. But I also feel like there's a purpose to this, like something in the environment that's being watched, something that's being observed, but it feels very deliberate. It feels like this is on purpose. It doesn't just feel like I happen to wander here and see something that's going on. It feels like, let's say that you're the Queen of Pentacles / Knight of Pentacles here. You can be seeing something going on in the environment, and it's like you were very much supposed to be there witnessing this thing that's going on. And with the Magician, it can feel kind of like you don't really know what exactly is going to be happening. And Magician is connected with Mercury. This can be connected with like conversations. It can be connected with what somebody's thinking. It can be connected with like planetarily what's going on here. You can be like unsure what's going to be sort of conjured up, what's going to be brought to you, but I'm seeing you be on the ready for whatever it is. It's like you don't know what the Magician is going to pull out of its hat, but at the same time, you know something's going to come out of it, and I'm seeing you just standing there waiting. But not waiting around for no reason. This doesn't seem like stagnancy. It just seems like you have to see what the Magician is going to pull out of the hat. So after Magician, we have Temperance. it's like taking a long time to pull something out of the hat. You know something's coming here, but Magician is doing some stuff behind the scenes here before presenting what's in the hat. I will say this, some of you, this can be connected with another person. You may like not really be knowing what's going on and what's on their mind. Maybe somebody's feeling this way about you and you can be like, well, I'm sitting here and nothing's really moving. Because I'm seeing this Queen of Pentacles look like there is this stillness when you look across the body of water that is connected with the things that we're feeling. I'm not really seeing any waves. I'm not really seeing any ripples. I'm seeing it just be like glass on the surface. So there's this calm feeling, but at the same time, it feels like what's going on? I feel like nothing's really happening here. Things aren't really moving so much. But what I find to be interesting too is that we do have Three of Cups. Maybe this is a feeling that you're experiencing right now where you don't feel super enthusiastic about something, or it's not some situation you're finding yourself in. It's like maybe it lacks some type of magnetism, maybe it lacks some type of excitement. But with the Magician, I feel like something's going to be happening, and I do feel like this is going to be connected with what's going on transit wise as well. Yeah, I'm seeing you be in a little bit of an uncomfortable spot. However, the effect of Queen of Pentacles feels like you're doing everything that you need to be doing for yourself right now. You just have to wait. I really do feel like transiting Mercury has to do with this. I feel like you're not in the most comfortable position, but you're where you need to be right now. You're taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of, but there's something going on within the environment that has to fall into place first. And it has not fallen into place yet. And you can be like, I don't know, like yawning a little bit, anticipating a little bit, waiting a little bit here. Like I got all my housework done, I did all my chores. Now I'm just like waiting for the next thing. And it feels like you can't really move forward beyond this point because you ran out of assignments. You completed all your assignments, you don't have anything else to do. And you're waiting to see what the Magician is going to bring forth, but it's not that time yet. And so things can just feel kind of still right now. It just feels like a lack of things happening a little bit, but you can't really move out of that because you don't have really anything else to be doing here, is what I'm seeing. But there can be friction because of that feeling of like, what, I'm just supposed to stand here doing nothing. That's kind of what this feels like to me. Like you have something going on here where like you may be ready or you may be in a place of anticipation, but the other pieces have not fallen into place yet. And you're also not only on your own time frame, you're on the time frame of whatever else it is that you're currently collaborating with. And whoever else, whatever else is on the other end of this, it's not ready yet. You know something is in the process of happening, but as I said before, it's like the Magician this time around is very slow to pull something out of the hat. And so you know that that's in the process of happening, but you don't know what it is. You don't know when exactly it's going to happen. You know it's in the process of happening. So it's not like, is it going to happen or not? It is happening. You just don't know what exactly is going to happen here, and you don't know when exactly that is going to be. Like how soon it feels like you don't know how soon this is going to be. So you kind of have to just be there working with the elements that you're dealing with as everything is being set up here. I know stuff is going on behind the curtain. I can see it. It's just for you. You're like waiting for them to open it so you can see what's going on. And I'm seeing this Magician be like, I don't want to be rushed. Do not rush me. Even if you do rush me, I'm not going to rush. I'm going to do my thing. So maybe you're working with somebody that's very slow moving, or maybe somebody's waiting on you and you're very slow moving. That can be the deal with this as well. But it's funny because Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, they don't move super fast either. So maybe everybody's just taking their time. But relatively it can feel like the Magician is just moving maybe slower than what one wants. Okay. Now I'm seeing something be going on. I'm even getting like the Magician seeing this. So I'm looking at Page of Swords underneath the Magician and I'm seeing 5 of Swords there. I feel like Page of Swords is the Magician observing something that's going on. Like this feels like you over here stuck, like you can't move out of there, and the Magician noticing that that's where you are. Meaning, if you have something going on, for an example, you have something going on with another person, maybe they have something that they need to say, or like you're waiting to find something out, and you like can't really move out of this, and you're like, well, I don't know what it's gonna be. I feel like I'm kind of stuck here having to wait until they come through and say something. Like the person just notices that they're impacting you. It's like they just observe that while you've been over here. I feel too like maybe you were like suffering a little bit. It doesn't have to be on a crazy scale, but maybe you were like, I feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit, or there's just like something really uncomfortable that I'm working with, that I'm moving through on a mental level. And like the Magician finally looks around them and is like, oh, I'm seeing that this is impacting you in the environment. You're over there, you've been waiting on me, but I almost feel like this person wasn't aware before. It doesn't have to be a person. Like for some of you, it can be a company or an organization or something. But I feel something go very, very, very slowly. I'm getting confirmation of this. Okay. Isn't it worth it though? I'm seeing the Sun coming out, which means that, interesting, and we have King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I'm seeing somebody show up. It's like they wanted to be perfect the way that they were showing up. So starting with Queen of Pentacles and then ending with the Sun, while we have King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, this whole time you've been sitting there waiting for this. Like just waiting and waiting and waiting, not knowing what was going to be happening. And then having King of Pentacles finally be what arrives here. And it feels like somebody just showing up and being like, okay, I'm ready. I got my outfit on. I feel like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for this thing to be ready. And it's like all this stuff that's been going on behind the scenes, and it wasn't ready yet, and it wasn't ready yet. And now it feels like actually finally things are ready. And I feel too like when this person or like this energy shows up and is ready, you see that they put a lot of work into their outfit there, and you're like, okay, actually, because this is so detail oriented, I understand why you took so much time, but like you didn't know that until the person showed up. It's like somebody being like late according to your own time, but they've been doing something very extravagant, and so it makes sense why they would have taken that time, and then you feel very understanding. But before you find out, you don't feel very understanding about it. You can actually be feeling kind of impatient because you're put in a bit of an uncomfortable position. And I feel like halfway through the process, they become aware of that, but they also still can't rush because they're not taking their time for no reason. It's all with purpose. And so they're like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But then I'm seeing like the big reveal happen with us ending with the Sun, and it makes sense. And I don't think that you end up being a type of way about it. It feels like you're very pleased with the result of this, but it had to take that amount of time. And I feel like part of this feeling comes from like you don't know if like when this energy shows up you end up being disappointed, like I waited all of this for that, but I'm not getting that be the case in this scenario. The feeling that I'm getting from this King of Pentacles is like very prepared, very detail oriented, like everything coming out in a way where you're like it was well worth the wait, like something very high quality. So it ends up making sense for the situation. But before you see that, you don't know, like something could come out and be disappointing. So there could have been this part of you that's like, is this even going to be worth it at the end of the day? But then it does end up being worth it. So everything's actually fine. And you're like, no, I was smart to put my energy into this and to sit here and like come into the audience and see what was going to be happening. So you end up feeling pleased. It's like something that feels very, very satisfying. It just, you had to wait. That's it. That's basically the point of this that I'm seeing here. I'm looking at Magician and I'm looking at the sun. It looks like Mercury and the sun connecting with one another, and I'm also seeing Sagittarius here. Something going on with Mercury and the sun that is important. And that's when I'm seeing this reveal be happening. And before that, there being this waiting, but that it's not waiting for no reason. It's waiting for a good reason, and then you end up being pleased with the outcome, with what materializes, okay? Anything else? I feel like you're learning how to work within your energy during times when it can feel difficult to do so, and you can even start questioning things like, was this even a good idea, or am I even supposed to be here right now, or like, why is it taking the time that it's taking, or like, why is this taking so long? And you can have those questions, and then you get to a spot where you're like, well, now I have to wait for these other pieces to fall into place. I can't really move past this point. Then you can feel kind of grumpy. This Five of Swords looks a little bit grumpy to me, but I'm seeing this person be like, this is the biggest magic trick I've ever done. There's just like something really special that's going on in the environment here. And then I feel like they get startled out of their process, and like they see you looking grumpy, and they're like, well, it's just going to be 5 more minutes. I just need you to wait a little bit. I promise it's going to be worth it. And then it does. I feel like this even exceeds your expectations. So if you feel like you've been like in tune and you're following the path, and you feel like I'm already doing everything, like why isn't XYZ happening? This is the explanation for that. All right, my friends. With that being said, we are going to leave the reading here. Don't fret. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.